You can love them, but love yourself more. As a young adult, this message was on my heart. I wanted to share this with young adults, young girls, teenage girls, really any age group, but just targeting young adults, teenagers, 16 through 25, 30. I wanted to talk about how to actually apply self-love to yourself. People talk about self-love and all that stuff, but actually knowing how that works, what that actually looks like to love yourself, actively love yourself. And the number one rule is advocating for yourself. It is to stand up for yourself. It is to stand up for yourself. And what that would look like is anytime something is happening that you don't prefer it, you don't like it, it is wise to always speak about it. But don't wait until you have to hoop, holler, yell, scream about it. No. That's where we go wrong. The best way to be heard is when you can say stuff in a calm, cool, collected manner. That is the best way to be heard. As a young lady, as a young woman, any human, I wish I could speak to my younger self and teach her all the things that I know today. I'm in my late 20s and I'm married now. And I wish I could tell my younger self all the things that I know now. So if I could share this with any younger lady out there, that she could learn from the mistakes that I made, or just sometimes it's not even mistakes, it's just the things that we just don't know. We have to be taught it, or we have to learn it. These are the things that I'm going to teach my daughter at a very young age that I didn't know at certain stages of my life that I could have really used the information. Advocating for yourself as a woman, as a young woman, as a human on planet Earth, male, female, young, old, it doesn't matter. But learning the art of advocating for yourself. It is an art. It is something that has to be practiced, because how you do it will affect the result. Always stand up for yourself and always advocate for yourself. Whether that is in the workplace, a romantic interest, family, friends, it doesn't matter. Always stand up for yourself and ask for what you would like. A lot of the times, we sometimes will suppress what we would like, what we want, because we don't want to come across a certain way. We don't want to seem desperate. We don't want people to know that their actions are bothering us. So we'll just keep eating it. We'll just keep allowing them to do it because we don't want to stir things up. We don't want to rock the boat. Or we do it in a way that can't really be received. We hoop, we holler, we scream about it, or we do it in a negative way, and it just doesn't land well. I want you to know the importance of learning the art of how to stand up for yourself and advocate for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. You are worth it. How you feel is important. You are important. From any scenario, you are important, and how you feel, it is very important. So the first rule of thumb is just to be calm and clear. Calm, clear, respectful for both parties. And this way, you're not disrespecting yourself and you're not disrespecting the other person. It is the most feminine, the most respectful thing to do for your own bodily autonomy, your own soul, your own heart, to speak with your body, with your brain, with your life, what you want as an individual, to speak what you would prefer in your life. Don't shy away from that, but it needs to be calm and respectful. Calm, respectful, clear, very clear what your point is, and almost even soft-hearted, open-hearted, because you also want to give the other person, we're not making any demands, but you also want to give the other person leeway to have their own personal choice and their own personal autonomy, right? So this is how that would look, to give an example. I'll use a romantic relationship as an example. So I would go about it like this. Hey, can we have a talk? So I wanted to run some things by you, kind of just tell you how I feel about some things. And this is just me coming from the heart. You know, I'm not forcing you to do anything. But as a woman, as a person, I wanted to share with you how I was feeling. And I would prefer we spent more time together. When we don't spend time together, it doesn't make me feel secure. I don't like the way it makes me feel. You know, I would prefer it to be different. But I just wanted to see what you would have to say about that. And you know, I can't make you do anything. But yeah, this is just what I wanted to share with you, what I wanted to talk about. And I'll leave the rest to you. I want to know what you think about this. That will be a good example of being calm, clear, but respectful and open-hearted. You're standing up for yourself. You're advocating for yourself in a respectful way. You don't want to... Now, this is what you don't want the conversation to sound like. Yes, we need to have a talk. Because I'm not liking... You don't spend no time with me, and you know what? I ain't going for it. You got 2 days to go on a date with me, spend more time, or we through. I'm not messing with you no more. It's done. It's over. I don't want to talk like it's this or that. Right? You don't want to do that only because that puts somebody on the defense, right? They could start feeling disrespected, and then that's not gonna always give you the best result. So my goal of saying this, advocating for yourself, it's a 1 part and a 2 part. The first part is to, and again, these are just examples. You can do it with your own personality, your own way. But just make sure you're doing it in your way, whatever that looks like for you, calm, clear, and respectful. Because the second part of advocating for yourself is that loving yourself more part. You can't make somebody do something that they don't want to do. And as long as you have a clear, open heart about that, you can come from the angle of understanding. And because you love yourself more, this is where you have to be willing to remove people from your life or be willing to walk away until that person can meet the goal that you have in your life. You are in charge of your life's peace. You are in charge of how people treat you in your life. Advocating for yourself, you're standing up for yourself. There is the other side that maybe this person may not change. Maybe this person won't You can't really be caught up in that. You stand for and you ask for what you want. And if they're not really ready to participate yet or ever, we don't know. Sometimes you have to give people time. But in the meantime, you go be happy and you go love yourself and you enjoy your own company. And that is a form of loving yourself. Advocating for yourself is a form of loving yourself. You cannot want somebody else to be in your life more than you respect yourself. You cannot want other people to be in your life more than you respect and love yourself. You must love and respect yourself more than than anything else. Once you find that feeling, that love and that respect for yourself, if you do not want anybody in your life that is not going to bring you peace, and yes, you may love that person, yes, you may want that person to be there, but like I said, you love yourself more. You override any other person's desire for you. If you desire to be treated like this, but they desire to treat you opposite of that, your decision overrides theirs. You have personal autonomy over your life, and you get to set the bar on how you are treated, and nobody else gets to set that price for you. That is so important for young adults, young women to learn this. Love yourself more than you love anybody else. I'm not teaching selfishness. I'm not teaching narcissism or anything like that. What I'm saying is putting yourself first and not giving anybody else the opportunity to disrespect you, to walk all over you, to not treat you the way you would prefer to be treated. In order to protect yourself, you're not being defensive, you're protecting yourself from possible bad energies, from possible mistreatments, from possible heartbreak down the line. Nothing is foolproof, but you are doing the necessary steps. Is advocating for yourself, asking for what you want in a clear, calm, respectful manner, giving the other person the option to participate or not to participate, because nobody wants to feel like they're being forced to do something, right? Give them the option and love them anyway. Whatever option they choose, try to stay with an open heart about it, so no bitterness or anything. You move away from that person with grace. If that person tries to come back into your life when you feel like that person isn't ready, or they have not done or shown any improvements, you say, hey, look, I'm going to have to, I appreciate you trying to come back. I really do. I would love to have you back. But as of right now, I don't feel like you have really changed, or you have really worked on the things that, I kind of require for my life. And I can't force you to do anything. And I understand if you don't agree or if you don't want to participate. But I'm going to have to kindly and respectfully ask you to move around until, you can give me what I'm looking for my life. That's what that would look like. And again, you can use your own personal lingo, your own personal, I know that kind of stuff varies from state to state and, personality types, but as long as you're clear and being, you're still being respectful. And that is a form of loving yourself. So I have so many more of these topics that I want to talk about. Talking to my younger self. Talking to any young lady out there that I can help, that may need work or things that nobody has ever taught her, nobody has ever taught her. You can be a respectful young lady and still be respected and not be a pushover. And you will be surprised by how many things start going your way, start falling into place, and how many less conflicts you get into, and how often and how more comfortable you are around people when you know that you are worth it, you are worth protection, you are worth your comfortability, you are worth respect, you are worth peace, you are worth happiness, you are worth people treating you the way you deserve to be treated. And if somebody does not want to participate, that is beautiful. I'm just going to have to kindly ask you to get yourself together or just go kindly find somebody that will match that energy for you, because that energy is not welcome here, right? So I hope this helps anybody out there. I have so many more, like I said, I want to talk about and teach young girls. But again, love everybody, but always love yourself more.